Coming to you from the Detroit Regional Chamber Mackinac Policy Conference and taped at beautiful Grand Hotel. Hi, I'm Paul W. Smith. Welcome into Comcast Newsmakers. Special guest Rick Jones with us from the 24th District. Nice to see you, Representative.
Good to see you.
You know, you're working on something. I know you're working on lots of things, but there's something very specifically that I think is excellent. We all remember the story of the guy who takes his little boy to the ballpark for a game. Little kid wants something to drink. The dad sees lemonade. He buys a lemonade. He, I don't know, pours it in a glass. Whatever he does, little kid has lemonade. It turns out to be one of those hard lemonades, meaning alcoholic. The guy did not know this.
That's correct.
I think in every way that it's been checked and tested, this father has been a good father and had no idea that that was an alcoholic beverage. And they take his son away from him. It's a horrifying story, and you don't want to ever have that happen again.
It was much worse than just taking the child away. They ripped him from his father, little 7-year-old Leo, put him in an ambulance, rushed him to the hospital, stuck needles in him, checked him for alcohol, and you know what they found? Not one drop, because he'd had one sip. And so the father did everything, cooperated, said, you know, I had no idea. He's actually a professor at a renowned Michigan university. He's basically a nerd. He had no idea that this was hard lemonade.
Right.
So then the police give the little boy to protective services. There were stories about him sleeping on a couch in a protective services office. He's all confused. Why have I been taken away from mom and dad? Mother wasn't at the game. She came and clawed at the door, give me my baby back. For 3 days they held him, put him in a foster home. The foster folks, nice people, took the little boy to a McDonald's and he said, I can't have this. Mom and dad won't let me have this fast food. So obviously, wonderful childhood. He was ripped away from his parents. So I have written legislation that makes standards in the state of Michigan for removing a child from a parent. We have some of the lowest standards in the nation. We need to have proper standards. The child has to be in imminent danger.
This is astounding. You know, and I was trying to give child resources, the people there, the benefit of the doubt and the break. Because let's face it, if they're wrong once and something happens to a child, then we all are upset and saying, where were these people that are supposed to be doing this to protect these kids?
Yes.
But for goodness sakes, 3 days? It's way worse than I remembered. 3 days, a 7-year-old ripped away from his parents and put into a foster situation besides. How are you going to stop that with Leo's law?
Well, my legislation sets up standards for protective services, for the police, and even for judges. So they'll have standards for when we remove a child from a parent. The child must truly be in danger. And this legislation will help on both sides, because there are a few occasions where children are left in a dangerous situation that they should have been removed. Those hit the media too. So what we want are proper standards so the child is taken away, no matter taken away or left with the parents, no matter what is appropriate.
Yeah, figuring that out and not having people, I'm sure everybody was just trying to do the best they could with their job, but it got to be ludicrous. It got to be really crazy. And did that lead to a big lawsuit or not?
It is a lawsuit currently, and DHS can't comment on it, but they do like my legislation because they want the standards.
Well, look, so a mistake just blows up into a worse situation, and it's unfortunate. The good news is the little boy is back with his mom and dad. The good news is we have someone like Representative Rick Jones who wants to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Former Sheriff Rick Jones wants to make sure this doesn't happen.
There you go. I knew there had to be that in there. I forgot that from our earlier conversations. Representative Rick Jones, thank you so much for being with us. We do appreciate it.
Thank you.
And keep up the good work.
Okay.
Now, because of what Representative Rick Jones from the 24th District has done, Leo's law, we won't have any more situations where kids are taken away from the parents, in this case, for absolutely no reason at all. Until next time here on Comcast Newsmakers, regards, Paul W. Smith.